Hello everyone, welcome to the Yak Horse Racing channel. Today in our first, video on this channel, I'm going to be giving my opinion and discussing a quite interesting race happening on March 28th, 2020 at Gulfstream Park, mile and an eighth for 3-year-olds. The Florida Derby. It's going to be quite interesting. It offers 100 points for the Kentucky Derby. So this is a major race here with major contenders as well that I think have a good chance to go to the Kentucky Derby and have a decent shot if the Kentucky Derby even happens in the crazy world that we are currently living in. So we're going to go down the list here. Currently on CBS Sports, I'm going to go down the list by odds morning line. So obviously the favorite and who I think has a really good shot of winning this race is Tiz the Law. Last race was quite impressive in my opinion in the Holy Bull Grade 3. Had a pretty overall good trip. Quite impressive to say the least. I think he definitely is a contender, and I will not be surprised to see if he goes on and has a really good showing in the Kentucky Derby in September, if I'm not mistaken, since they had to push it back. Second, Independence Hall. This is a horse that I'm really, really liking. Last race out definitely wasn't his best, but I still think it was a great, almost training race. I don't think he needed to win the race because I think there was bigger and better things in the future. I think personally, I don't know if I would have put him in the Florida Derby. I may have waited. I know the Wood Memorial got postponed or canceled, but I think that would have been a good fit for him to go back to Aqueduct where he's been successful previously. But last start out in the Sam F. Davis ended up getting beat. Overall, I think it was still quite impressive. That pace was really quick, especially for this time of the year. And I don't know. It was a crapshoot in that case, and I think for sitting on that pace for so long and staying up, I think it helped a lot of the horses in the back, especially the winner of that race. But overall, I think he has a very good shot of winning, and he's a very talented future star here. Next, we have Ente Indian. Last start out with Florent Geroux on the back, a winner in the Fountain of Youth, Grade 2. This horse has impressed me, and doing pretty well. It has my boy Florent Geroux on the back. I'm a big Florent Geroux guy. If you look on my YouTube, my profile picture is a picture of Florent Geroux on Math Wizard. I guess the one time that he rode him. Yeah, but I think this horse will definitely be one of the pace setters, and if some of the other favorites, so Tiz the Law and Independence Hall, and the next horse, Gouverneur Morris, if they don't have a good break and aren't in a good position, I think Ente Indian has a great shot of winning this race. Definitely a wild card in this race because I'm not 100% sure if Tiz the Law has previously beat them, if I'm not mistaken. But I think this is just an overall stacked race, in my opinion. I think the top 4 horses all have above average shots of making the Derby and being very competitive. Next on the list, we have Gouverneur Morris at 8-1 morning line. Another horse that I've highlighted, obviously. I think he'd be a pretty good pick in this. The only thing I am not liking about him, I guess, is his previous race was an allowance, optional claimer, on Valentine's Day, actually, at Tampa Bay Downs. Not 100% sure on this horse. His win was impressive, obviously, but I think it's with Todd Pletcher too. I think this horse is going to be pretty good. I think he will be a contender. I don't know if he's going to be, the star of the field, but this is obviously a great prospect for WinStar Farms in the future. And I don't know if he's going to be a Derby contender, a Kentucky Derby contender, but he definitely, looking into the future, is a great prospect. And shout out to Constitution for having 2 of the top 4 favorites here. I find that quite interesting. Next is As Seen on TV, the one horse actually. Last race out, finished third in the Fountain of Youth. Not 100% sure on this horse. He's okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on him. Obviously, I think once you get out of Gouverneur Morris, I think the contenders are off. I don't think any of these longer shots have a real chance. On next to Disc Jockey at 20-1. This horse fascinates me. It has one of my favorite trainers and one of my favorite jockeys on it, so I will obviously be looking at this horse a lot. You got Saffie Joseph Jr. training with Tyler Gaffalione riding. Great combination there. This horse last race out finished second in the American Fabius. Overall, once again, once you get this far out, I don't know if any of these really have a chance. Candy Tycoon, another 20-1. Ajoweed, 20-1. Soros, 30-1. Shivery, 30-1. Sassy but Smart, 50-1. And My First Grammy, all 50-1. I think once you get this far out, I don't know if they're really going to be in play. So, on to my personal pick. So, predict this race. It's going to be close, obviously. Tiz the Law is a very, very talented horse, and so is Independence Hall. I think Independence Hall, after his last race, I don't know if he's been not respected, but I feel like other horses have, I don't know if they're more impressive, but I think Independence Hall, I'm a big Independence Hall guy. The only thing that kind of scares me is a jockey change. I don't know. I don't know if Jose Ortiz is fully back yet. I know he injured himself on a mount. So the only thing that kind of makes me a little bit nervous is a different jockey. But other than that, I think he's with a good shot. So my pick, I'm going to have to say, this is going to be a tough one for me. I think Tiz the Law is just too talented. In his previous starts, he's just been really impressive. With the Champagne way back, and then the Holy Bull with his last start. But don't count on Independence Hall. I think Independence Hall is going to be there. Final pick, I guess, is going to be Tiz the Law. Just an overall great, talented horse, and I can't wait to see what he does in his future. But I think Independence Hall, no matter what, even if he runs second, I think he'll be a formidable force in the Derby when it comes around in September. So overall, yeah, final pick, Tiz the Law. Please leave in the comments your opinions on this. I'd love to hear them. So thank you guys for watching this first video here on Yak Horse Racing, and Yak out.